everyone. I'm Gigi. I graduated from 2009, and when there's still A level, I studied here for 7 years, and I am a social worker, and I've worked for this field for 8 years already.
Hi everyone, my name is Sharon and I graduated from LAMWU in 2007, 13 years ago, and I'm a social worker now and I work with youth who had drugs problem, and I work in a hostel and I worked there for nearly 10 years. I decided to choose social work as my bachelor. I think it's around in Form 6 to Form 7, but I was still considering whether I should study social work or in music, because in LAMWU I also participated in a few music activities, but finally because I have joined the student union for 2 to 3 years, so I found that many LAMWUers they actually can how to say, they find their own life goal when they join different developmental activities, and I find that actually people can change and break through themselves and build up their own life goal when they are willing to develop themselves and find out their ultimate goal in their life. And so I would like to be a helper to help some youth or children to find their own life goal.
For me, it's also quite a bit similar to Sharon. At the very beginning, I did not prefer choose social work indeed. Firstly, I prefer to study communications or public relations, something like that. And when I need to choose in my groups, I struggle, yeah, because I like working with people instead of figures or money or or words. I prefer people more. So finally I choose social work because it's a professional subject, and I can study first and can think about whether I really join this field in the future later. And when I really study this subject, and later on I really find it's quite really meaningful, and it is much more than what I expect or imagine what social work is before. So I find it is actually very dynamical, and then I can have many ideas and then innovation in my job. So I pick this field as my career.
Since we work with people, like our clients, it is not so easy to find out obvious change in life. For example, the youth who take drugs, the path of changing may be quite long, but when we work with them, they have many ups and downs and emotional or family problems. So it is not as easy as like if you are an accountant, you can see ultimate outcome or I finish this task. But when we work with people, it is not so obvious to observe the outcome, or the outcome actually the change might be very small, and so we have to be quite passionate and to be patient when we work with people like our clients, and this is a few drawbacks. And sometimes when we see the people maybe they have no improvement, or they discourage themselves, sometimes we feel sad, and even some of our colleagues may burn out because we use our life to build a relationship with people, and sometimes it is quite tired in our heart. But when we see the improvement in lives of other people, we feel satisfied and we are happy for them. And I think these are the benefits and the drawbacks.
Yeah, and for the benefits, be realistic. For social work this field, the salary and actually the living is actually really stable. Even in yeah, recently, the economic is bad, and many people, they may lost their job, or they got some low pay leave, but for us, no any impact on us. So somehow, we always said, for being a social worker, you cannot really earn a lot of money, but you can really have a relatively stable living, and it is a very realistic benefit. And secondly, just like what Sharon mentioned, it is really interesting, and not really bored, because you can interact with different kind of people, just like our service users. Not all the service users, they are the same type. Everyone is unique, and we can see people's change, and no matter big or small, but it is really satisfied and happy to see people got some improvement, or they can build a relationship with you. So I think this is something that to motivate us, or to retain us in the field. But just like what she also mentioned, because it really takes your a lot of energy, not just physical but also mental energy, and it is quite important that we need to be very self-driven, and also we need to have need to repair ourselves mentally and spiritually sometimes, and it is some drawbacks that it really demands you a lot of energy. Yeah, and also time. We always overtime. Yeah.
Work overtime.
Overtime. Yeah. I think every job, or every careers, actually we will have got ups and downs. We will got the frustration, and not just social work, but social work is some kind of a helping profession, and we meet this kind of situations more often. It is very important for any people. We need to strike a balance about our work and life. So I think it is also very important to care ourselves, and you need to have your good support network. You need to have some friends, or your family, who can really support you, and to listen to you. So because we are not hero, we are not Superman. Yeah, we also need a way out. So I think the balance and self-care is very important to everyone. Try to retain in your careers well.
I think we also have to face ourselves genuinely. When we feel down, we share with our colleagues, or our classmates, or our friends. And when we feel that we need some time to be alone, to think, or to have some quiet time, we need it to separate with our work. Like what she mentioned, in work-life balance, we need to take a rest when after maybe we work overtime, or maybe we talk a lot with our clients, but there's still not a way out. So we need to admit that sometimes we are limited, and sometimes, and like I'm a Christian, and I will go back to God, and we pray for our clients, or we pray for ourselves, so that we can have enough motivation and power and energy to work with our clients.
Okay.
In Hong Kong, we usually, after the public exam like DSE, and you can apply for in JUPAS a degree in social work, or in higher diploma. Yeah, both course after graduation. Because in the degree course, or the high dip course, there is a internship, placement. Yeah, 400 hours placement. And after the completed the 2 years or 4 years course in university, or high dip course, and you can register in the board of register in social work. And if you have passed, you can graduate, and you can become a social worker. There are main three duties, or how to say, three main directions in our social work environment. Firstly, casework. That means one-to-one counseling, or having counseling with a whole family, work with their family, and work with the youth, or work with children. And sometimes it is we work separately. We talk with the parents about the kids' situation, and we also provide support to the parents. It is quite common to have casework in the social work field, and other work is group work. We organize some small groups, for example, support groups between our clients. For example, some like my youth, after they have drugs rehab and they go back to the society and they need some support in their peers, and we will hold some support groups with them, and we will also hold some programs like activities to for them to develop their own skills and qualities.
Sharon mainly mentions about the means or the format that we usually do as a social worker. I think another angle is that not just to for a social worker we don't just solve problem for our clients, but actually we try to develop them, to find out their strength, and try to let them to have a better development. We use the word commonly in social work is empowerment. We don't just try to I help you to do something or help you to apply something. This is some very tangible needs that we may need to do in the short term. But what is more important is that we hope that we can help or facilitate the service user to have change. So how we can change them is not just by this. It is useless if only through us, because we cannot follow them for 10 years, right? But more important is how they can find their own values and their strength and their talents, and also they can match with the resources. We need to also help them to match and network with different kind of resources or stakeholders, so that they can have a better development in their different life stage. So for this, I think not just as a counselor, because many people think social worker means counselor, but it's not the situation. I think more important is that we are a change maker. Yeah, we try to maybe propose some new ideas or some service, and then to really to help them to tackle their problems and develop their talents or their strength.
It actually depends on different organization and different posts. And for some senior social worker, I think most of them, because they are the management level and they have more admin works. But for like junior or in the in front line, I think it's half. or for my organization, I work in frontline more than admin work, because we have to operate in the responsible for the operation of the hostel, and because the youth, they live in the hostel, and actually 24 hours I can meet them and I can talk to them. But for some like in school, I think school social worker they have more admin work and they can meet their clients when they are in the counseling room or when they hold programs. But in Hong Kong, a social worker need to write some reports and to have some basic admin work is needed.
Yeah, I think it depends on your field, because even in social work we have different kind of field, just like what Sharon mentioned, at school, or at hospital, and at some elderly center, and different kind of places. So administrative work is actually quite important, because especially for some resources referral, we need to really do the record, or to refer the case, or the client to another party. So it is very important to do the good documentary. And secondly, not just about the recording one, but we also need to bid for some new resources. so that we can have new a budget, more budget,
Funding.
and funding, yeah, to do some new service or to supplement in something we said the service gap, because we always find that there's new need or service gap, so we need to write proposal, always like write proposal, yeah, to get some more funding to start something new that can fit the new updates and the change in the society. Yeah. But actually, we need to be really very open-minded and very flexible. And now for social service, this is very integrated, and we cannot just own our professional skills. That means not only the social work related knowledge and skills, but also maybe about IT, about marketing, about the digitalizing things. We all need to know, because we want to make our service more innovative and more down to earth, so that we need to actually keep updating and then learning different kind of knowledge, but maybe something that we don't know before. So it is not easy, because we cannot know everything, but it is very important that we need to keep learning and open up our mind to accept different kind of new elements, and how to conceptualize them and then put into our service. Yeah.
Some people think that they should be outgoing, but actually it is not a must. I think at least you are curious in people's life, and you believe in people's own power, and they have their own decision making. They can do it, and to be confident in our clients. I think this is the basic beliefs that you can work with people, and in addition, maybe you have to be interested in people's life, why they, how is their feeling, and you are open up enough to talk with them and to interact with people. I think this is the basic.
I think open-minded is the most important, because for a social worker we will face to different kind of people. Yeah, they're from different kind of background, or they got different kind of suffering before, and something that we never heard and never met out of our expectations. So it is really important that we need to have such acceptance and openness to to face different kind of people. So I would encourage students try to interact more with different kind of people, not just your friends or someone that you like, that's someone that you are not familiar, or you feel they are quite odd. Yeah, it is important that you need to know more. Okay, the world is big, and the different kind of people. So interact more. Try to overcome or leave your comfort zone and meet more people. Yeah.
All of us should have a talent to serve, or we can help. We can take a part in the community, no matter which industry. But we find that we are interested in serving people, or we feel satisfied to working together with people to get improvement, or in whatever stage of their life. So if you find what you are good at in your own interest or in your own life, I think you can take a part and help in the society.
And for me, social service actually is a very wide industry. Yeah, it needs different kind of expertise. Such as my organization, my NGO has over 300 staff, and half are social workers, but half are not social workers. We also got different kind of expertise. For example, some different kind of therapists, or some they may be good at IT, or they a nurse. So in this field, actually, we're not just doing directly counseling or to provide direct service only. But if you got different kind of talents, but you don't want to just use your talents to help people to earn money only. You want to use your talent to change the society or to give some impact to the society. It is actually a good choice for you to utilize your talents and your strength. So I think it's not just about social worker, but also someone you got your own talents and you want to also contribute to the society. You can already consider to work in social service, but not just being a social worker. It can be a very a wide perspective.